set out to do, make Idaho relevant in the national political scene. The state received visits from, all 4 of the candidates, right? And brought in close to $200,000 in political ads.
It also took center stage in national Super Tuesday coverage. But tonight, we're asking, is it all worth it?
The Idaho GOP describes its first caucus in glowing terms.
I think that it was a huge success for Canyon County and Ada County and really the whole state of Idaho.
We became very relevant last night.
And many participants felt the same way.
We thought it was organized and quite smooth.
The Taco Bell arena was packed and good numbers showed up in Canyon County and the rest of the state as well. But despite all the national attention it garnered, there are still some serious issues.
There are still some people that feel like they didn't have an opportunity to vote because they couldn't get here for one reason or another to one of the caucus sites.
People like the elderly or disabled or those in the military who normally would be able to vote in a primary by absentee. And then there's the cost. Canyon County put
it around that $25,000 mark.
To make its caucus happen, money that must be covered by the party as opposed to a primary where the money comes from the county clerk's office.
The dollars had to come from fundraising efforts and other things. We were very involved in that. We came up with this coin process. We're selling the coins. We're continuing to sell the coins. We sold a lot of them last night at the caucus.
Ada County sold 3,500 commemorative coins at $10 a piece and still have bills to pay. All that cost, and voters in the Treasure Valley learned just before they voted that the race had already been called for Romney. Organizers argue that they still had some impact.
But at the end of the day, I think it was Ada counties that finally pushed Mitt Romney over the top to actually get that to win.
Whether the caucus was successful enough to use again in 4 years is yet to be seen. But right now, it seems like the exposure
we made the national news all over the place yesterday
gives the caucus the edge.
Now, the more than 9,000 people who showed up at Taco Bell Arena, where you were last night, made for the largest caucus of the year.
Across the nation.
Across the nation.
Of any caucus, possibly in the history. And the Idaho GOP is investigating